Attack on Titan is the best anime. There's no question. Anyways, players are pretty mad about Wasabi in Brawl Star, but I don't know why, so we're gonna find out why. Also, you know what? I've noticed something, and it's that more recently, the thing getting me back onto the game more often is the Reddit. Also, I kind of fumbled the bag. The video before this video got nearly 2,000 subscribers. I challenged you guys to beat that, but my video didn't do well. Therefore, the results have been skewed down to 439 in the video before this video. If you don't know how this works at this point, I can see how many of you subscribe, and if more of you subscribe in this video than the video before this video, congratulations. Anyway, this post here has nothing to do with complaining. I do think it's kind of goofy, and it's also kind of good on its own, not even as a meme. I mean, the comments are asking what Kenji's lacing the wasabi with because it's purple, but I do think the event could have done a little well with special wasabis aside from the event skins. So like there's a purple one, you get a hypercharge from it, stuff like that. This kind of ties in with some of the complaints that I saw that we're about to go through, so let's find out. Will it be a rinse and repeat of the last 3 events we've already went through that basically have the exact same problems? So we got this post here. This event is probably the worst we've had for multiple reasons. 21 hours ago, big wall of text and 1.8 thousand upvotes, so it's doing pretty hot right now. Let's find out if the complaints are accurate or not, and by that I mean, is it worth complaining? The first section basically compares the 1 wasabi drop to a rare star drop, basically saying that it's really bad progression and the drops overall suck. The club event is insanely scummy. There's no reason for victories needed to collect sushi to increase for every time you collect one. I'm not sure if this is how Mega Pig has always worked. I think it is, but could be wrong about that. If it is, then these are 2 things in a row that have already been a thing in basically every single event. So far it's rinse and repeat complaints. Nothing surprising here, but let me double check right now. So we need 12 more sushi for 1 drop. So I honestly thought that the buffet would give you a big chunk of wasabi once it ends, but I think it's only open for 2 days and 13 hours at this time right now. And once it closes, it's not going to give you anything special. If that's the case, then I think the buffet is pretty bad because you can't even get that many wasabi from it in general. Then I would say at that point it's probably worse than the Mega Pig. I think I've gotten like 6, maybe 8 from this, and that's it. And there's already 2 days and 13 hours left. So yeah, I do think that the buffet is a bit worse than Mega Pig, or at least a bit worse than like the egg we had. So yeah, take that as you will. The next one is basically saying that the sushi meter where you get the rewards like the gems and the credits and then the hypercharge skin are bad, specifically because the credits go to fame. What about the like majority of players in this game that don't have every brawler in the game? It's pretty good for them then. So this is really subjective. Players who have every brawler are going to struggle with this forever. You could call it a struggle if you want, but at the end of the day, you have every brawler in the game. Fame is just what it is. That's literally going to be in the game forever. It's not just to this event. But yeah, the end of that section basically says you have to sweat really hard in order to get the hypercharge skin. And I also think you have to get lucky because you can get 8 sushi from 1 drop. And if you never get that, or you never get a 4 even, then you're probably not going to get the skin even if you get every drop possible. I spent like 1,600 gems on the event and I'm just now getting close to getting the skin. If I spend like another 200, then I'll get the skin, but I'm just gonna wait. But yeah, the whole brawler thing I don't think is that big of a problem. Like maybe they could have given us something else besides a brawler if you already had every brawler, so it's like 1,000 credits or 1,000, 2,000 coins. I think that could be cool too. Maybe they could do that in the future. The next section basically says that they just don't like wasabi powers. They think they're broken and not fun. So yeah, makes it really hard for under-leveled brawlers, makes it harder when teammates don't even pick wasabi brawlers. We're gonna run into this complaint every single time an event like this happens. It's not even a question. So yeah, that one's pretty simple. Overall, the takeaway of this story is we can never have nice things. I would personally take this event over a dry update any day of the week. We've seen the boredom that comes with just doing the same thing over and over again every single day for like what, 2 or 3 months straight where they don't have an event like this. It gets really stale and people stop playing. So for the powers alone, I think it's a good thing because at least it gives us something else to do. When mutations came out, I didn't really feel that way because I kind of felt like how this person feels about the wasabi powers, but now I kind of understand it just because the game got so boring over the last like 6 months without really anything happening. I think ever since the Angels versus Demons event, it for some reason got really stale, and I think it's just because nothing really new is happening. But at least this is kind of new, so that's what I like about it. It's new, but it's also not new because I had to rush the update, and that's probably also why the update may be bad in some ways because I just kind of went through and used things that they already had. I don't know, man, but once they get that collab out that they were supposed to, I hope it hits hard. Players are also a little upsetty spaghetti about a singular sushi as a reward. I thought that was kind of funny because 1 is basically nothing. Unless you get lucky, then you could get 8. But if you get 1, it's basically like 50 coins for an I'm sorry reward. At the same time, though, this was not that big of an oopsie. It was just a visual bug, so nothing really bad was even affected. So the fact that we're even getting a singular sushi in the first place is kind of cool. I never ran into this bug. I didn't even see any posts about it. All I saw was the I'm sorry post and, you know, being upset about 1 singular sushi. I love how versatile this meta is. Okay, yeah, Angelo is kind of a problem because the guy can do like 15,000 damage. I understand this one 100%. It's kind of funny that he's in Showdown of all places because he's normally like not that good in Showdown. He's probably decent, but now he's just insane. I was expecting something like Edgar to do really good, or even El Primo, but no, it's Angelo with his 15k point blank shot. That is one of the unavoidable problems when you make an event like this that have like really weird powers, is that one of them will be really broken for one specific mode, and that entire game mode is completely ruined for the entire event unless you're playing that one brawler. That part I can get behind. That really sucks. So what I kind of wish is that they might in the future prepare for when the update comes out, save like a day just to fix all of the really broken ones, so then the event in the long term can be better, because the event's like over a month long, but half the time these really broken abilities don't even get touched at all for the entire duration. So if they could just spare like 1 day at the beginning of it to kind of balance them out a little bit, even though they're not really meant to be balanced, but just like a little bit when they're this common, I think that could do well. The amount of bugs in the new event is crazy. I don't even know what this is talking about. Maybe I'm just under a rock, but I've been doing more Reddit post videos than usual recently, and I've maybe seen like 1 post about a glitch in the event. I really don't know about this. I don't know what this is talking about. Even with the comment section, it doesn't really help. It's just people saying that they're lazy and there's so many bugs. Like, oh no, it's so bad. We need to be compensated. I need you guys to tell me what the bug is. Is this about the visual glitch that we got 1 sushi for? It might be, but I also didn't see a single post about that visual glitch, and I still am on the Reddit and I'm not seeing a post about it. 1 sushi roll, very generous. Thanks, Supercell. Supercell, next time, give us nothing, please. I need to see what happens. Next time anything happens, give us nothing. Just say, screw you, nothing. I think it would be really funny. Haha, why? Oh no, that really sucks. Or, now hear me out, the player already has everything, and this is a gotcha post. I don't know, they might just be really unlucky. That would suck, because every time I've gotten an 8 drop, it has been a skin and a bunch of abilities. So this might be nearly impossible luck to get a drop this terrible. Poor guy. Genuinely, how is this even allowed? Amber's power is pretty good, and it's one of the rare ones that does 2 different things. It's spilling oil on the ground gives you your super forever, which is good on its own, but the double damage is definitely a little better, so having both is a recipe for disaster. New event, more like apology sushi. Bro, I don't even know what I'm looking at this point. Is this like a YouTube thumbnail? What kind of sick twisted joke is this? Bro, I don't know, man. It's crazy. How dare they give us 1 sushi roll? Maybe they could have done 2, but if they did 2, would we get the same reaction? Find out next week when another bug happens. Or give us 2, and if people complain with 2, then you give us 0. That might be the game plan. I think enough time has passed to say this is the worst event Supercell has ever done. Is it though? I mean, it is kind of rushed, so it could be. 30 wins for 1 sushi is horrible. Okay, this part of the event I can say is pretty bad. If we're talking about the buffet alone, I kind of agree. You don't get that much out of it. Okay, my sushi genuinely hasn't split in so long. What is going on? That is what we call bad luck. But yeah, with a new event comes goofy content like this. I think it's kind of funny because we've already seen this happen like 3 times over. I think it will be an endless cycle until they at some point make the perfect event, which is impossible with a community that likes to complain. Again, some of the complaints are valid. Some of them are just recycled. It is what it is. I still think it's funny because at the end of the day, we could have gotten an update that had none of this and basically did nothing, and we would all not even be playing the game. That's it. Let's see if we can beat 430 whatever subscribers, and I'll see you later. Have a good night.